will we have to have the roll call for like the confirmation of the administrative approved plats and everything?
Yes,
Or other one? Okay.
every one of them. Yes, sir. Chris, can you hear us okay?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. There's Mr. Wolf. Oh, I see him. I don't hear him. He's muted. Hello, Mr. Wolf.
Hello.
Mr. McAllister, Mr. Lindley, Vice Chair Lindley.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, sir. Chris, I'm seeing your screen, so that's good.
Perfect. Yeah, I had it shared on the wrong one.
Planning commissioners that are with us, you'll notice names, different people signing into the meeting. And those are petitioners and general public that have requested access to the meeting. So just don't be caught off guard by that. They are supposed to be here. That is acceptable. And just another point of housekeeping is when the meeting gets going, when we have votes, we will have roll call votes for the purpose of making sure everything is accurate in the record. So we won't have our unanimous voice vote. So that's about it. Wait a minute, Mr. Hicks.
We get to put him under as just general public now.
What's that all about?
We miss you too, sir.
I can be on here, can't I?
You can, yes, sir. You're not a planning commissioner, but yes, sir, you can be on here. Anyone who wants to attend can be on here.
Where are you, Tim? Nashville?
No, I'm at home.
Oh,
Leave Monday. Looking forward to it. Ready to go.
Bet you got a busy agenda ready too.
Yes, very busy.
Good.
We get started, Angie, what should we do?
Let's see.
Who we waiting on? We're waiting on.
Let me see which commissioners we have. I believe we are still waiting on Commissioner Wheeler. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one missing.
Angie, there's a rezoning there on some property that my family owns, and they wanted me to get on here to make sure in case anybody had any questions.
Yes, sir. Thank you. We appreciate that. Like I said, we are open and welcome to anybody who wants to attend. So
What do you think, Andy? You want to go ahead and start and let Commissioner Wheeler come in if he shows up?
let's see. I believe we do have a quorum. We have Mr. McAllister, Lindley, Mr. Wolf, you. So yes, we have 4.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. We can certainly go ahead and get started.
Okay, let's bring the meeting to order of the January 5th Planning Commission meeting. Let's please stand for a prayer of the flag. Our Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for all the blessings we have received. help us as a group make the right decision for the county. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please face. I pledge
With
allegiance
allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the
And to the
republic
for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
That was bad. Okay. How about the roll call, Angie? Do we, you know who's here, you can see by their,
Yes, sir. Let me go ahead and do that roll call vote for you. Chair McCool,
here,
Vice Chair Lindley,
Here.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Here.
Mr. Wolf,
Here.
Mr. McAllister.
Here.
We have 5 present, 2 vacancies, so everyone who is an active commissioner is present.
okay, thank you. Okay, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and as per the governor's order amending the Open Meetings Act, the Planning Commission is able to meet electronically to conduct the business of the county. The essential business being economic development and the welfare of the county and its residents as it pertains to planning and zoning. We have the agenda. Has everyone had a chance to look over the agenda? And if so, we probably need a motion to approve.
So moved.
We have a
Second.
motion. Have a second. We need to do a roll call again.
Yes, sir. Chair McCoy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lindley,
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McAllister.
Yes.
5 yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, does anyone here, after looking at their packet and seeing the agenda, need to have any closures and conflicts of interest at this time? If not, we have an announcement. The next meeting of the county commission will be January the 25th at 6 p.m. The Washington County website, which is www.washingtoncountytn.org. This will provide the details for the meeting, as it will be conducted electronically also. Okay, in our packet, we have the December 1st minutes of the meeting. Does anyone have a chance to look at that? If so, would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, we need to do another roll call.
Chair McCoy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lindley,
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McAllister.
Yes.
5 yes, motion passes.
Okay. We have a confirmation of the administratively approved plats and site plans. Does everyone have any questions to the staff about these previously approved plats? If not, we'll look for another motion.
I move that we approve.
A motion to approve. How about a second?
I'll second.
Okay, need another, here we go with another roll call.
Chair McCoy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lindley,
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McAllister.
Yes.
5 yes, motion passes.
Okay, at this time, we'll go out of our regular meeting into a public hearing for some rezoning requests. We have 3 rezoning requests. We have James and Don Gorman, the Bobby Hicks Family Trust, and Andrew and Sam Heister. It appears, and I might be wrong, that the Gorman and the Hicks could be heard together.
Yes, sir, that's certainly fine, as long as when it comes time to make our motions on the items, there are 2 separate motions.
Okay,
But yes, sir, we can entertain the public comment for both of those.
okay. I noticed Mr. Hicks is here, and I did notice the Gormans were here also. Can you tell us what what we're trying to accomplish here, Angie.
Yes, sir. As you noted, the properties do adjoin each other and are fall on both sides of Industrial Road in gray. And currently, the zoning is R1 on all the properties, and the requested zoning is B3, which is general business. And these properties are already developed commercially. They are non-conforming as they existed prior to the adoption of the zoning resolution and the placement of the R1 zoning on properties. So they're non-conforming, but they are legal non-conforming uses. So rezoning would bring the properties into conformance, and the businesses would be able to continue to exist in conformity with the zoning code and expand should they ever wish.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions for either the Gormans or the Hicks Family Trust? Okay, let's go to this Andrew and Sam High School, 194 Woodby Drive.
Do you want to do public hearings first, or do you want me to go ahead and present, just so everybody knows what?
Do all the public hearings first? Yeah, let's
Yes,
go with
let's do
the
that.
other public hearing out of the way. Okay, which is the 194 Woodby Drive. Can you tell us what's going on with R1 to A1?
Yes, sir. This property is over 8 acres in size. It's approximately 8.6 acres. There is a single family residence on the property now with associated outbuildings. The petitioner is requesting to rezone to A1, which is the general agriculture district. And you will note on your maps, there is the presence of the general agriculture zoning in this area already. The rezoning would allow for the placement of a second single family residence on the property, whereas the current A1 zoning only allows one residence. So that's the nature of the request.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do any of the commissioners have any questions for anyone? If not, let's go out of the public hearing and back to our regular meeting and the rezoning request. First of all, the rezoning request by James and Don Gorman. What is the staff's recommendation for this one?
We are recommending approval of these. We do have some citizens that are in attendance in the meeting that do want to
We do?
speak on
Okay.
behalf of
That's
the items. And whenever you want to do that, if you want to do that.
I say we probably need to go back to public hearing, don't we? Because I didn't realize anyone was there to speak on it.
Yes, sir, we do have some folks with us. tonight.
Okay, the first one on the James and Don Gorman properties. Does anyone have anything or anything to say about it? But how about the Bobby? Someone,
We just have one person that just joined.
okay, we're seeing if anyone has any comments about the James and Don Gorman property. Okay, how about the Bobby Hicks Family Trust property?
Well, just to sort of explain this right here, evidently, when Daddy started those mini warehouses and stuff, it was years ago, and somehow that property never got zoned into the B3. And I think Harold, when he had the body shop built, he probably never got that rezoned as well. So now the deal is Mr. Gorman is wanting to add on to that body shop that's back there. So I guess when he came in to get the permits and stuff, they noticed that it was still zoned R1, which wouldn't actually let him add on the way that he wanted to add on. So just to come, just to bring everything back into compliance the way that it should be, we just decided to get it all rezoned into what it should be. So that's sort of the purpose of this. It's something that should have been done years ago, and we never paid attention and never knew this.
I neither.
Until he wanted to add on, and somebody came in there and asked about it. So it's just two. It's actually 3 different lots. We have 2 lots, and then Mr. Gorman has 1, and that sort of is the 3 lots back in the back of that was never, for some reason, rezoned.
Okay. Anyone have any questions? So that's going to cover, I guess, the Hicks family and the Gormans. Okay, we have Andrew and Sam Heister place, 194 Woodby Drive. Does anyone have anything, comments about it, for or against?
Hi, this is Sam Heister. I guess I've got comments for. As mentioned, we're looking to rezone this to A-1 from R-1. There's agricultural land around us zoned A-1. And it is to put a second dwelling on it. The dwelling's actually for my younger sister. She's going to live in it while she attends ETSU, and then it's going to be a guest house for the family.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have anything, questions to ask Mr. Heister, or does that pretty much take care of it? Okay, now I guess we're ready to go back out of the public hearing and into the regular meeting. All right, our first property was the 114 Industrial Road, the Gorman. Did we already ask what your opinion was about for or against?
Yes, sir, we are recommending approval of
Okay.
both this rezoning and the next one on the agenda.
Okay. Okay, so the first one, we're looking for a motion on the first one, which is the James and Dawn Gorman property.
I'll move to approve recommendation for changing the zoning. Second.
And we're looking for a second.
Second.
Yes, sir, we did.
Okay, now let's go through the roll call.
Chairman McCoy, Vice Chair Lindley,
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McCaskill,
Yes.
5 yes. motion
Okay, the second one is the Bobby Hicks Family Trust, which is adjoining this from R1 to B3. Can we get a motion on that?
So moved to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Let's go through the roll call.
Chair McCoy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lindley,
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McAllister.
Yes.
Motion to approve passes.
Okay, the final one is the Andrew and Sam Heister from R1 to A1. Can we get a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve to approve.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second. The roll call.
Chair McCoy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lindley,
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McAllister.
Yes.
We do have 5 yes, so the motion passes.
Okay. All right, the next thing on our agenda is we have some site plan requests. The first one is the villas at Old Mill, Phase 2, 276 Police Station Road in Gray. Can the staff fill us in on what's going on with this?
Yes, sir. And I'd also like to add for our visitors present, specifically Mr. Borman and Mr. Heister, that they are more than welcome to stay for the remainder of the meeting. But if they want to leave the meeting now, they're certainly welcome to. We will not hold you hostage the whole meeting. So it's just completely up to you, and you're welcome to stay with us. But I just wanted to let them know, just typically in the meeting, that they wouldn't have to stay if they didn't want to. So just
Thanks for all you guys do. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Tim.
Thank you all.
So the next item is the villas at the Old Mill Phase 2. And this is located off of Gray Station Road, the Grist Mill Boulevard, private streets, and the Packer Martin Drive and Harps Lane private streets are within this development. So this is expanding that existing site. And with phase 2, we are looking at an additional 28 units. This is in keeping with the concept plan that you saw associated with the rezoning request a couple of months ago. There are 2 points of ingress and egress from that previous phase, the Hacker Martin Drive and Harps Lane. There will also be an access point onto Gray Station Road. We have some minor revisions that we're still working on and awaiting for the receipt of revised plans. So we are recommending approval of the site plan, just subject to the receipt of those minor revisions. And those are things like landscaping and some wording on the NOI and finalizing some site distance at that point of access onto Gray Station Road.
Does anyone have any questions about this site?
Is the road going to be private since the other 2 drives are private?
Yes, sir.
So obviously there'll be an association fee and all that to maintain those roads.
Yes, sir. That is correct.
Okay. Do we have any more questions for the staff? If not, we can entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve, subject to receipt of requested information.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, let's go through the roll call.
Chair McCoy,
Yes.
Vice Chair Lindley,
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McAllister.
Yes.
5 yes, motion passes.
Okay, the last agenda tonight is another site plan request. It's Old Gray Station mini storage at 136 Old Gray Station Road in Gray. It's the owner petitioner J&J Partnership, Agent Joe Wilson. Can you give us some insight on this, the staff, please?
Yes, sir. This is also in gray, close to the previous site plan we just saw. And this site is approximately 2.5 acres. They are proposing 242 self-service storage units. And as there is not an office proposed, there's no need for an employee parking. So no parking is provided. There is a type 3 landscape buffer that's shown adjoining the single family zoning and residences at the back of the property. And that is something that's required by the zoning resolution. You'll note that the stormwater basin is located at the front of the site, outside of the right-of-way of Old Gray Station Road. And the development will be gated for security purposes. The gate will be far enough back so that a truck could pull onto the site and not block the traffic on Old Gray Station Road while they were waiting to be able to enter the development. Since the time the report was distributed to you, we've been working with the petitioner's engineer, and many of our initial comments have now been addressed. There are just a few that we are still waiting on and working out. Don't anticipate any issues with that. So we are now recommending approval of the site plan, subject to revised plans being submitted.
Okay, do we have any questions? And so your recommendation is to approve.
Yes, sir. Subject to.
Subject
the receipt.
to.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
A second, let's go through the roll call.
Chair McCoy.
Yes.
Vice Chair.
Yes.
Commissioner Wheeler,
Yes.
Mr. Wolf,
Yes.
Mr. McAllister.
Yes.
5 yes, motion passes.
Okay, well, that is all we have on the agenda tonight. I'd like to thank everyone for joining. I know it's hard. It doesn't really seem like we're in a meeting, but we have to do what we have to do. And everyone have a nice rest of the month, and we'll try to be back in here first Tuesday of next month.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Angie,